For 3BL Media, I'm James Epstein Reeves at the Cause Marketing Forum in Chicago. I'm here with Michelle Sullivan, who is with the Boston Beer Company. Welcome. So can you tell us a little bit about the Brewing the American Dream initiative?
Samuel Adams Brewing the American Dream is a philanthropic program that we partner on with Axione to provide small loans, microloans, to low-income small business owners in food, beverage, and hospitality. There's a huge gap for funding for people who want to get a small business off the ground, particularly in that industry. And my boss, Jim Cook, who's the founder of Sam Adams, had the same experience, believe it or not, when he was starting our company. He had this idea back in the early 80s to start a microbrewery, which was pretty unheard of back then. And he approached many banks in Boston looking for a small loan. He talked to some venture capitalists, and everybody thought he was crazy. And no one wanted to fund it. I often think to myself, I wonder what those bankers are thinking right now. That was a bad call. Because obviously Jim went on to be extremely successful beyond his wildest dreams, and he is certainly living his American dream. So when it came time for us to think about what we wanted to create that would be uniquely Sam Adams in the philanthropic space, helping others like Jim, with the difference being that these are low and modest income individuals. So the beneficiaries are people who are struggling financially and they're looking to move out of poverty and get into an economically stable situation through starting their own business.
What were some of the key lessons that you guys learned as you went to launch the program?
One of the lessons that we learned is to really figure out what we're trying to do and how we get there. So we really want to change people's lives. And at the onset of the program, we believed that the big problem was that these entrepreneurs, these small business owners, couldn't get the money they needed to start, which is certainly true. But what we learned is that once we did give them the money, it wasn't enough. So I think the learning was if you really want to change someone's life, you have to really focus on all the ways you're going to do that and not think you have sort of the golden ticket through one or two or three tactics. I mean, you may need to do many different things to get to your end goal. So as a result of our learning, we found out that money was only the first step. You know, once they get their capital, which they've been seeking for so long, they look in the mirror and they say, now what? So we're providing, hopefully, solutions to that through coaching and mentoring and training and seminars, education that we provide to the small business owners.
So you've taken a crawl, walk, run approach to launching this program. First you started in your own backyard in New England, and then you went to some additional markets, and then finally a national launch. What did you learn throughout this progress? What were some of the benefits of doing it that way?
To really take on a major core strategic philanthropic initiative, that was a really big deal for us. And so we didn't want to try to bite off more than we can chew. You know, we chose to start in New England, number one, because it's close to home. It's where we know best, but it's also where, you know, our people are. So we started small so that we could get really good. And then as we learned and we really honed our skills, you know, we evolved the program to other markets. We also have breweries, certainly in Boston, our home, but we have two other breweries. One is in Cincinnati and one is in the Lehigh Valley of Pennsylvania. So we took the program next there, again, because we have people there. And it certainly takes a lot of people and a lot of boots on the ground to run the program.
Great, thanks so much. For 3BL Media, I'm James Epstein Reeves at the Cause Marketing Forum in Chicago.